Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is part two to the conversation about love and social justice. Looking at survivor, social justice, and red flags just in time for Valentine's Day. I'm flipping the conversation of love. I'm bringing that conversation out of our intimate relationships to our co-workers, shared space, our collective, our families, our businesses. And so I just want you to try this on. Thank you for joining me today. I am your host, Dr. D. This is the Every Little Girl Has a Podcast. Every Little Girl Has a Story podcast. And today we're going to talk about love and social justice. Listen, here's the thing. The old way of doing work, social justice, nonprofit, even philanthropy is collapsing. The old way of leading is collapsing. The old way of doing business is also collapsing. And the old way of healing is also collapsing. This time is calling on us to be in action. And the action that it is calling us to think about is, if it is true that so many things around us is collapsing, then what do we create? What is it that is going to rise in its place? That is our healing with accountability story for the day. That's going to be the message that I hope that you get out of this conversation. Last time, I started telling you all about finding myself talking about the restoration of love in my coaching over the last couple of weeks, because it's only been about 4 weeks into the new year. And I've been talking about love for so many different reasons, but mostly because if you don't know anything about anything, if you don't know anything about social justice, if you don't know anything about being a victim or a survivor, is that the work that we take on, the leadership that we take on, the families that we try to create, the nonprofits that we work for, the businesses that we take on to create, is that it will always mirror to you the parts of you that need healing. That's why it is exhausting. The work of the heart is exhausting, especially when you are a survivor and you haven't done your healing and you don't even think that the thing that you are creating you even deserve, right? So everything that a survivor takes on will mirror the healing that they need, okay? For me as a survivor, this means that for the past year or so, I myself have been on a journey back to the heart. I haven't just been on a journey back to the heart. I have been on a journey where my heart broke into a gazillion billion pieces that I have been restoring for the past year. And it has been a journey back to the heart, myself, a journey back to myself before the violence, right? My journey back to sovereignty, my journey back to the sacred, my journey back to trusting community, my journey back to love, my journey back to deserving, to being worthy, right? And it hasn't been just about a journey of, back into my heart, but a journey of redefining love for myself. And I'm not talking about self-love. And I'm not talking about just in relationships, but in how I show up in the work, in my purpose, in my assignment on this earth, and how I ground in that purpose as I witness the world around me collapsing. And I think for all of us, we are all standing at the crossroads. We are all standing with our hearts at the crossroads right now. And on this hand, we have the heart. On this hand, we have our purpose. And we're all kind of like, who am I? What am I supposed to do now? Right? And it's tough. It's tough to talk about love right now, because what is there to love about what is happening in the world? And two, how do we find love in our hearts when so many people that we love are hurting all over the world? And yet, my assignment is to bring you a conversation about love today. So these are some things I want to reiterate. And as part two, if you didn't look at the last video, is I talk about love as a practice of healing justice. I know that it is tough right now to imagine a world, where love is present. And yet that is what we are all rooting for, right? And I know that in organizations, interpersonal conflict is at an all-time high. We are at a crossroads because of funding. We are destaffing. We are burnt out. We're exhausted. We are managing so many needs that our community needs right now. And it's getting hard to have conversations from the heart. Conversations from the heart are really becoming a burden. And because communication is never about what you say to people, it's about what is happening in the background of your life with that person, with other people, and with what is happening in the world. And yet, love is part of social justice is something that we rarely talk about. And it is the most important tool in any restorative process of leadership development, of strategy, strategic planning, of organizational development work. And so if we are not restoring love as a function of communication, as a tool of restorative justice, as a tool of healing justice, bringing health and wellness to ourselves, to our organizations, to our lives, then what exactly are we restoring? And is it possible to restore trust without the heart being involved? So, personal check-in. What are you holding in your heart right now? What does it need to say, release, or grieve? Take a moment and just place your hands in the heart. There's nowhere to be. You've taken the time to listen to this podcast, and there's just nowhere to be right now but right here with me in this conversation about love and holding the tension of all of what that means for yourself and for the little girl inside of you. What are you holding in your heart right now? What does it need to say, release, and grieve? What does it need from you? I want you to try this on. We don't fall out of communication. We fall out of love with the work, the people, the mission, the relationship, and the possibility of it all. I am talking about this today because I want to bust a myth from all of us on the front lines who think that you can indeed do this work, do your work, be in your purpose, in your assignment, and leave your heart somewhere over there, safe, protected. And you're going to leave everything that makes you vulnerable at home. When the fact is that in social justice, for all the talking that we do, I would have you know that you are never, ever really communicating. You are causing and creating relationships, whether you like it or not, whether you like the person or you don't. No matter what you think about that person, what you believe about the person, you are causing and creating relationships. In fact, I'm going to challenge you. You are constantly falling in and out of love. So, tell me what you think about it. Let's talk about it. I'm going to be talking about love and social justice. Hit me up, DM me, stay connected, subscribe, support me in building this global movement, healing one little girl at a time. Tell me what you think I'm saying. Come for me. And if no one has acknowledged you today, thank you for who you are in the world. If no one has apologized to you today, I will do it for them. I'm so sorry. Please forgive yourself. I believe you. You didn't deserve it. It wasn't your fault. You are worthy. You are enough. And I love you. Until next time, peace.